Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very special Cabooble cast. Today I bring to you NSL Season 8, Division 1, Pell-Mell versus Weld Mannered. We're still waiting on the teams to assemble here on this server, and then we'll get started. Hang in there, folks. I know you can do it. I'm just going to make sure all my graphic settings are on pretty. This series will be played in 4 matches. Maps played today will be Descent and Tram. It looks as though we're going to be playing on Tram first. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I have been working on my stream. So it looks as though Pell-Mell is ready to go. Weld Mannered taking its sweet time. Oh, I forgot something very important, ladies and gentlemen. Give me one moment. And now we're ready. I'm gonna wait until both teams are present to do the introductions. And it seems as though one of the Weld-mannered members might be having connection issues. A lot of BM going on here in this chat, ladies and gentlemen. These Div 1 teams are something else. American Killers, I'll have you know there are actually quite a few ladies who play this game. And well, might I add. Not that that's surprising, but yeah, it looks as though Goss is missing in action. So Weld-mannered is one man down. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going live. Holy moly, somebody should have told me what was going on here. Alright. It's time for player introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, in the chair for Pell-Mell, we have Sylvester. On the field is Pulse, ASDF playing as Kevin, I believe. Dino, Wiso, also known as Wiso Serious, as well as Infamous. In the Hive for Weld-mannered is King Covert. Fielding is In Sync. I have no idea who In Sync is. BS is Bruno Sardine, Nox, MST, 3KLD, as well as A-Light. And the first engagements have already happened. Marines are building both naturals and holding onto them thus far. Repair has also been built, putting Pell-Mell up to 4 RTs already. However, we've got a tunnel up in mezzanine on the high ground here, very defensive tunnel, as well as a drifter building the RT in ore. And Weld Manor will be able to repel that Marine scouting into ore, but we've got Infamous on the tunnel in mezzanine. How will Weld Manor respond to this? Ladies and gentlemen, this tunnel is getting very low. Infamous manages to take out the tunnel, but the Gorge is still on the field. That is not a huge loss at this point of the game. Pell-Mell now rotating about, one going to hub. Pulse will cover hub as Infamous goes to build ET, and Wyso rotates into server. He's going to look for some fresh infestation there. Some fresh cysts to take out. Easy targets. Armor 1 now starting at the 1 minute 52 mark. Aliens have gone Crag Hive and dropped 1 shell. We've got a drifter moving back into server to build a second shell. And a nice little alien train here. Nox looks like he's going to drop that tunnel on the server RT this time. An even more defensive position, and Wyso about to get ambushed here by MST3LD in the vent. Wyso goes down, but ASDF holding the lane here to reinforce. Bruna now dancing around, evading these bullets like a boss. My goodness, lag compensation, ladies and gentlemen. We've got In Sync on the RT and OBS. Wyso, fresh spawn coming in to defend that RT. He will succeed. Pell-Mell now on 5 RTs. Weapons 1 starting. Weld Manor on 2 shells. With an RT up in platform, as well as in server. Weld Manor now struggling to clear Dino from ore. But In Sync has arrived on the field as a lurk, and he is rejoined by MST. We've got 2 lurks on the field now. And they're going to scout out north tunnels and come face to face with a couple of Marines there. This tunnel is sitting pretty. There's a Gorge and a Crag defending that res node, as well as the tunnel. And the lurks are now rotating through server tunnel into Mez. And In Sync has lost his lurk. That is 1 lurk down for Weld Manor already. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 minutes and 45 seconds in, just as Weapons 1 is completing. Pell-Mell did not need weapons in order to kill that lurk. And we've got ASDF now rotating through server. He's going to try to get the drop on this lurk as he's biting this RT. Will the Gorge scout him? Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. This lurk is a sitting duck. If ASDF rounds the corner, he unloads his magazine into the lurk, and the second lurk flashes. Nox now spitting, fighting for his life, and he manages to take out ASDF. What an excellent encounter that was. Meanwhile, In Sync has worked his way into repair in order to apply some RT pressure here. He gets taken out. And we've got an extractor at 2% finally going down in mezzanine as a large crush descends on Pulse, taking him out. We've got an OBS position in the northeast corner of Marine Start that will prevent base rushes from the east, from observation, as well as south tunnels. But it will leave base open from logistics should Weld Manor decide to head down the left side of the map. The third shell has been built. Weld Manor now sitting on 55 team res. Will be able to drop server hive soon, but we've got a Marine, Infamous, now sniping the Crag here in server as Marines continue to pressure the left side. Infamous holding the high ground, putting as much distance between him and the skulks as he can. We've got one Marine in platform hitting the harvester there. Bulls succumbing to King Covert, and Scan going down in server. Nox here alone with a shift and a drifter. He's taking cover while waiting for reinforcements. Another Marine arriving through platform. ASDF goes down right next to the hive. Infamous going down as well. Fades are now on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruno has faded. Marines are currently on weapons 2, armor 1 with phase tech complete. Phase gate being dropped in mezzanine. This is critical timing. That is a baby hive. It will not be matured just yet. If Marines can pressure this hive with shotguns, they stand a good chance of taking it out. Bruno rejoined by A-Light as Fade. And I just saw that ore has been capped by the Marines. Pell-Mell is now on 7 res towers. And shotguns nearing completion just at the 8-minute mark. Bile Bomb is being researched. 4 Weld mannered. Metabolize is complete already. The alien team will want to use all tools at their disposal in order to repel this Marine pressure into server. And one Skulk in ore now will be taking that extractor out. And we've got a shift advancing from the hive to the corner in the RT here, or the RT corner of server room. These fades are going to want extra energy for blinking, and that Gorge can use energy. Excellent bone wall coming down on the shift as it gets focused by these 3 Marines, Infamous, Dino, and ASDF, pressuring server as the aliens work on the res on the left side of the map. We've got 2 Skulks now. One has just gone down in Logi. And we've got aliens reinforcing from the tunnel. Tunnel has just been taken out. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruno getting very low is forced to retreat into platform momentarily, but he does not want to go too far. And he will scoot on back through the platform vent to the hive. Nox now desperately trying to hit these Marines with Bile Bomb. Oh, A-Light fighting in a very tight spot, extremely dangerous. And In Sync is spiking from the hive. Excellent play here. This will be very costly for the Marine team. That's a lot of med packs and ammo being dropped. And Weld Mannered will repel this attack for now. The constant harassment from the Gorge and the Lurk have paid off, and the swipes from the Fades are enough to intimidate Pell-Mell into retreating. A hub gate has gone up. Logistics RT as well as RT have been rebuilt So Pell-Mell is back up to 6 extractors right now versus Weld Mannered 4. Weapons 2 has been researched. Leap has been researched as well. We've got some more biomass coming up for Weld Mannered. And Advancement tab has started. Umbra is up as well. In sync, obstinately spiking these Marines, trying to slow them down as much as humanly possible. This Robo Factory has been built, and it is currently upgrading to an Arc Factory. And we've got an armory coming up in Mezzanine to give these Marines some cover as well as some free meds. Oh my goodness, In sync almost getting melted there. As 2 Marines blast him in the face with their rifles. Infamous now moving up. And it looks as though Nox is either disconnected or his game has frozen. But that Gorge was completely immobile. He will go down to Infamous. No pause has been called, however. I'm not sure if there are technical difficulties occurring here or... And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got an arc firing on the RT in server room. King Covert now is pulling the Crag and the Shift back, but an opening has just happened on this gate. And Weld Mannered is putting everything it has into this gate. They want this down as fast as possible, but Marines are streaming through as they spawn. And my goodness, Pulse takes out King Covert's Lurk in Mez as he was attempting to retreat into server for heals. In sync getting very low, 35 HP, but manages to retreat in time. In sync now using Umbra. I don't think he had been using it earlier, but it's going to be necessary now. And we've got a Skulk biting the RT. MST is now in Elevator. Why so reinforcing, but he's parasited. Will MST be able to outplay him? No, he will not. Why so saves the RT in Elevator. Pell-Mell still on 6 extractors versus Weld Mannered 3 harvesters. And we've got a Marine now in ore. Infamous working on the harvester there. These arcs are undeployed and they are poised to move east into server. Here they go, the march of the arcs, ladies and gentlemen. Nox has to survive. Weld Mannered has to keep this Gorge alive in order to bile these arcs down. This is really their only chance. I think they might want to commit their whole team to this defense. And we've got a Shade Ink being spawned in preparation for these arcs. Perhaps a bit premature, but the cooldown will be up as soon as these arcs are ready to fire. And now the alien team is moving down. Pell-Mell retreating for a moment. For some reason, I'm not sure what happened there, if there was a play on Marine base. But Nox has moved up with his Gorge now. And he is biling down these arcs. 2 arcs have gone down, but Bruno loses his fate in Mezzanine. Ladies and gentlemen, Weld Mannered truly fearless. Perhaps even suicidal. And there we go, the Marines have been cleared. In sync will move on to the gate along with Alite. Nox is close behind. Oh my goodness, Nox, be careful. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Elevator, OBS, Repair, RTs have all been bit down. And now King Covert is on the gate in hub. It is extremely low. The gate goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, Pell-Mell has just lost all map coverage they previously had. This is devastating for Pell-Mell. However, they've got 80 team res in the bank. Wyso already rebuilding this phase gate in hub as Alite reinforces. Alite taking a couple good shots there. He's forced to hide behind a beam and wait for backup. But Infamous and Dino now reinforcing from south tunnels. Will they be able to save this phase gate before it goes down? That is a large investment, 15 res. And my goodness, Bruno goes down on the gate as it sits at 6% health. Nox and MST now finishing the RT and mezzanine. That goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, Weld Mannered is now on 2 harvesters versus Pell-Mell's 3 extractors. And Nox currently building the RT in server room. Marines are now trying to re-establish their footing on this map. They're going to be laning as hard as they can. A-Light now rotating through north tunnels. Almost gets picked off by Dino and Infamous. Deadly shotguns, ladies and gentlemen. And here we have an RT being dropped in ore, but this is going to be spotted immediately. This drifter. Here we go. Infamous jumping on top of Wiso's head. Will miss the drifter, barely escaping. My goodness. And another phase gate now being dropped in mezzanine. Pell-Mell is focusing their attention from mez and server to ore and warehouse. Pulse rushing into a whole bunch of Marines here. And this gate is getting surrounded, but ASDF rounding the corner from ore with a shotgun. A-Light 8%, he goes down. That's another fade down for Weld Mannered. Pell-Mell is holding on to the gate in ore, however, and hub is being redropped. Pell-Mell still on 4 extractors. That is not too shabby, but it looks as though they will lose the one in repair, and InSync will begin chomping on the one in elevator transfer post haste along with MST. ASDF moving into repairs, too late to save that extractor. And Infamous now on the field with a grenade launcher. Ladies and gentlemen, Pell-Mell is looking to do some structure damage now. Some serious structure damage. After the arcs have failed in mezzanine, they're going to go in on foot. Let's see if Infamous can land some GL shots on this lurk. Oh my goodness, Infamous temporarily alone in ore. He will lose his grenade launcher, but it will be safe. He will be able to respawn, phase through, and grab that once again. No harm, no foul. My goodness, InSync getting a lot of chip damage there from ASDF. Will retreat through mezzanine to server in order to heal. And the gate in hub goes down, leaving Dino all by his lonesome to fend off these horrific aliens as Infamous, Wiso, and Pulse move on into warehouse and begin unloading on the PvE there. ASDF barely surviving against A-Light in ore. But A-Light will lose his skulk, and Nox manages to escape into hub from repair with Dino giving chase. But will ultimately succumb to Dino's pistol shots. King Covert now working on the res on the right side of the map. Going everywhere Pell-Mell is not. Both teams now taking a breather, trying to decide exactly what they're going to do next. Silent skulks, ladies and gentlemen. Every Marine's worst nightmare. InSync getting a lot of spike damage off on Infamous and Pulse as they push into warehouse with the GL and shotgun. InSync going down in server to Pulse's shotgun. Another lurk down for Weld Mannered. They are now sitting on 3 shells, 3 veils. Oh my goodness, Bruno taking a grenade, body blocking these shells. But all these upgrades are terribly exposed right now. 2 shells have gone down in warehouse. ASDF is now moving in for the tunnel. The shade goes down as well. And Weld Manard is in a poor position to defend, and Sink almost loses his lurk egg in warehouse there, but manages to survive. That was very close. And MST on the field now as in Onos. Jetpacks are almost done researching at the 21-minute mark, and MST now realizing he might be overcommitting to ore. There's a lot of space here, ladies and gentlemen. This is an excellent phase gate placement. Looks as though Mez has been desisted, but there are no Marines here right now. And we've got a drifter or two building some more upgrades in server room. Since Weld had gone Shade Hive, they were unable to echo out the upgrades from warehouse. And the Onos was not on the field in time to defend them. Jetpacks now on the field. Wiso moving back into repair in order to recap. Weld Manor still doing a very good job at keeping Pell-Mell's extractors down. And it's going to be hard for Pell-Mell to break this Onos lurk combo. We've got charge researched, but I do not see Bone Shield. Ladies and gentlemen, Bone Shield, most underutilized upgrade in the game, apparently. Whoa! We've got some aliens moving through Marine Start. King Covert moving in with his lurk. Oh my goodness. Those balls of steel. Even with 16 health, he's hanging around looking for some victims. And he's going to be rotating through hub. Will get picked up by the obs, but Marines are completely out of position in order to pinch him there. Weld Mattered sitting on 110 team res. I'm not sure what they can invest that in at this point of the game. Wiso chasing down Alite with his jetpack shotgun. And Nox scoots on into Marine Star, but gets picked up by the obs placed in this northeast corner here. Ultimately goes down to Wiso as well. Wiso, the skulk killer. Weld Manor now forced to drop additional upgrades in server once again. And there's a lot of PvE that needs to be moved east in warehouse here, as it is in arc range. But there is nobody in the hive currently, and this might all go down. Ladies and gentlemen, that would be absolutely tragic for Weld Manor. The Crag has gone down. Alite loses his lurk. Wiso has taken out Alite's lurk. And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is that a single arc or is it a couple? That's a couple of arcs, but only one is deployed. This one arc will be able to take out the remaining upgrades as well as the harvester in server room. Alite now on the field as Fade. Knowing Alite, he was probably thankful that his lurk went down. Or was that, I think that was King's lurk. Ladies and gentlemen, don't mind me. I'm just rambling. Once again, Dino giving chase to Alite back into server room. And Weld Manor's team res has been exhausted. They're down to 2 harvesters and 6 team res. Pell-Mell is up to 5 extractors. Sitting pretty. These arcs are still being built. And now is the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Pell-Mell moving up for the hive kill with 3 shotguns, a GL, 3 arcs, and let's not forget the Mac. But these Onos are completely fearless. One jetpacker, I think, going down to the Onos, but the rest of the Marines and the aliens will survive that encounter. Weld Manor now going in for the arcs with the Onos, while the Fades and the Lurk will distract the Marines with swipes and aura. And this hive is taking a lot of damage already, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, A-Light goes down to Wyso. Wyso, a surgeon with that shotgun, and Nox gets surrounded by all these Marines. He goes down as well. MST is still goring these arcs. King Covert now with his Gorge, sitting next to the power node in Warehouse, biling the arcs as MST moves in. And all the arcs have been destroyed. Several jetpackers have gone down, and Bruno loses his Fade to Dino. Two Fades down in a very short amount of time, as well as an Onos. And Sync now flying away from these grenades, these flying grenades of death, as MST rushes to the doorway here in order to block the Marines from entering Warehouse, but he is forced to retreat to the hive in order to heal. Marines still on weapons too, but that's enough damage, ladies and gentlemen, to damage his Onos, severely taking a lot of health off of him. Wyso reinforcing obs now, looking for Skulks to kill. Once again, we've got a skirmish going on here in the ore warehouse lane. Infamous flying in with his grenade launcher, unloading on this hive, actually taking out this shell, or the shade behind the hive. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Bruno biting the power node at Marine start. Why so quick to respond? Bruno now retreating momentarily as MST bites the phase gate in hub, getting it very low. Ladies and gentlemen, 25%. This gate might go down. Dino phases through, as well as Infamous, and Infamous blasts the Skulk with his GL as soon as he phases through, saving the gate. It is currently on 3%. It's on fire, ladies and gentlemen. Harvester has been redropped in Warehouse, but I don't believe it'll last very long, as the Marines are now pushing back into Warehouse with their jetpacks and GL. And we've got arcs arriving from ore as well. Oh my goodness, Infamous taking out in sync with his GL. That poor Lurk did not stand a chance. And Warehouse Hive has been destroyed. Pell-Mell in an extremely strong position. However, Weld Manor has dropped a sneaky tunnel between observation and repair. And since the obs is in the northeast corner of Marine start, they stand a good chance of taking this base by surprise. And we've now got movement through the tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. Aliens are reaching a critical mass outside of shipping here. Sneaky, sneaky Pulse will hear them, and a scan goes down, revealing the tunnel, but is it too late, ladies and gentlemen? We've got 3 Skulks and a Gorge now on the chair in shipping. It is going down extremely fast. Sylvester has dropped another chair in Warehouse, and it has been completed. Both IPs are still up in shipping. Dino now jumping in the chair in Warehouse. Is he going to drop IPs in Ware, or will he redrop the chair in shipping? And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Infamous playing it cool after almost losing the game. Scan going down just outside of OBS, once again revealing the location of that tunnel. Infamous is a boss with this GL, forcing Nox into the Logi vent. And King Covert calling GG for Weld Mannered. Pell-Mell will take the first game in this series, putting them up 1-0. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at these accuracies. One of my favorite parts of casting. Very strong Marine team here. Got Infamous in the lead, followed by ASDF 31 and 29%, followed by a couple of quarters. Dino and Wiso both at 25%, and then Pulls at the bottom with 19.56, but no slouch with 22 kills. Wiso with the most kills at 29 and the least deaths at 13. Wiso had been recapping a lot of that game and killing a whole bunch of skulks, but he also managed to kill at least one lurk. And A-Light in the lead for Weld Mannered with 23 kills. My goodness, let's take a look at the structure damage here. MST like a boss, 45,000 structure damage, followed by Nox. Let's round that up to 40,000, and King Covert in third position with 30,000. Let's take a look at this res grass. Ladies and gentlemen, my goodness. That Marine team, though. So much res, also in the lead on the kill graph. What a game. Let's get ready for round number 2. Infamous claiming 100% grenade launcher accuracy. I'm inclined to believe him after that game. King Covert now in the chair for Weld Mannered versus Sylvester in the hive for Pell-Mell. Aliens had a north spawn last game, which is supposed to confer an easy victory. Let's see what happens this time. Both teams now strategizing. Let's find out who, oh, I think Pulse has changed his name. I think he realized he was using a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not moniker, is it? I have no idea. But we now have Pulse with Pell-Mell. Oh no, it's NSYNC, ladies and gentlemen, I am very confused right now. NSYNC is Goss Waffle. And I don't know if he prefers Gauss. I will use both interchangeably during this cast. As one of the viewers has mentioned, I did not see any inkage happening in warehouse during the arc push. I saw ink being used in server, but once Pell-Mell shifted to ore and warehouse, I didn't see any inks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going live. This is NSL Season 8 Division 1 Pell-Mell versus Weld Mannered, game number 2. Pell-Mell is currently in the lead, 1-0. And Aliens once again with the north spawn, this time in warehouse instead of server. And we're just waiting on first engagement. My goodness, Bruno melting ASDF in hub. And let's go full screen here, ladies and gentlemen. Why so hiding underneath the staircase and elevator as Goss builds the power. And Goss seems to have spotted Why so. A-Light and Goss will take out Why so. Paul's now reinforcing. He might go to the same position. I think that would be a pretty good move. But it looks like we've missed a skulk going down just outside of repair. MST here trying to get some shots into ASDF as he holds vigil in ore. Tunnel has been dropped in Mez on the high ground once again. No, these are exactly the same spawns actually. Alien spawned in warehouse last round as well. And they got that early tunnel up in Mez. The same spot. Oh my goodness, we're missing an engagement in Mez here. Wyso and Pulse taking out A-Light on the high ground in Mez. And Goss pulling the Skulk back out of line of sight from Bruno. Infamous now left alone with his tunnel. There is, however, a crag here. And we've got clogs on either side of the tunnel. Ore has been cleared of Marines, and the Skulks are now rushing through the tunnel in order to save Mez. Bruno goes down. And these Skulks are now rushing. Well, maybe not so much anymore. One Skulk going down. As A-Light, fresh from spawn, reinforces hub. A-Light will be rotating into platform, where he gets taken out by ASDF. Beautiful biting there. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the second game. Marines are on Armor 1, Weapons 1. Aliens have gone Shift Hive, but not dropped any upgrades as of yet. However, they are sitting on 5 Harvesters versus Weld Mannered's 5 Extractors. That is a lot of res for Aliens. My goodness, Infamous getting low, and Mezzanine will duck into the tunnel momentarily as Bruno and Nox unload magazines into the tunnel. The tunnel goes down, but we've got 2 lurks, and the Gorge still here in order to defend the PvE. The Marines will be cleared, and Infamous will redrop his tunnel. During that engagement, there was a Skulk in observation biting the RT, but he has been cleared, and the Victor Goss is now moving up to guard elevator from these 2 lurks. Some awkward biting there by Pulse, but he finishes the job versus A-Light. Dino almost getting taken out in hub by MST. MST doing work with his rifle. Gentlemen and ladies. A-Light and MST now venturing into mezzanine. If I were King Covert, I would be instructing these Marines to stay as far away from this tunnel as humanly possible. It's going to be hard to break that PvE with weapons 1, armor 1, rifles. However, shotguns have just been researched at 5 minutes and 15. Armor 2 is also on the way. The 3 spurs are up for Pell-Mell. And they are sitting on Biomass 2, Biomass 3 just starting now. Both teams now sitting at 5 res towers. That is a large amount of res being capped on this map. Oh my goodness! Dino goes down in mez to A-Light's rifle. But Pulse and ASDF now scouting out obs. Pulse going down to a blast of shotgun pellets to the face from Bruno. Bruno now rebuilding the extractor in elevator. Ladies and gentlemen, this is now a tech race. Who can out-tech the other team? Weapons 3 now is starting. This is going to get very interesting very fast. And once again, we've got Weld-mannered Marines moving into mezzanine. This time with a shotgun, donating that shotgun to the alien cause. Metabolize coming to completion here as Goss loses his shotgun in hub. The power has been built here, and Pell-Mell will want to take that out before Weld-mannered can drop a phase gate there. A-Light and Nox now in ore will manage to take out the Crag on the Harvester, but we've got a Lurk and 2 Fades reinforcing this position. Nox goes down in a flurry of swipes, and A-Light holding his own versus all these life forms. My goodness, he takes out Wyso's Lurk before retreating to Goss in order to get welded. Phase tech is now complete, and the power is still up in hub. We've got MST and Bruno guarding hub with shotguns. MST recycling a shotgun here, and Marines look like they might be collapsing. No, they're killing cysts in ore. I assume they were going to go back into hub in order to reinforce and get a phase gate up. Weapons 3 about 80% done now. And Pell-Mell has already lost a Lurk. 2 Lurks actually. And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Phase gate now being built in ore processing. The RT in elevator goes down, as well as the Skulk. ASDF now taking out Nox in elevator, leaving this RT unbuilt. As 3 Marines, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 3 shotguns, 3 weapons, 3 shotguns moving into Warehouse Hive. And they're rejoined by Goss, who has a rifle. This is 4 Marines now in Warehouse. Server Hive is up. Will these upgrades get echoed out of here? My goodness. 3 Marines have survived. They're going to fall back in order to heal and weld up. Bruno guarding the rear. Doesn't want to split too much from his buddies here. And Pell-Mell is doing work on Weld-mannered's extractors. Repair is still unbuilt. And Logi RT is destroyed. We've got a Skulk scouting here, finding nothing. Dino now making his way into observation, might be able to finish off this extractor. Pell-Mell is still on 4 harvesters. Bile Bomb has been researched, and the second hive has been upgraded to Crag. And now we've got 2 Fades and a Lurk encroaching on the phase gate in ore. King Covert reinforcing, phasing through, forced out of the chair. Oh my goodness, and we've got A-Light on the south side. Getting spiked down by Wiso. I think he was reloading there. Pul's getting very low. He's forced to retreat. Wiso also very low, rotating through north tunnels in order to heal at the hive and warehouse. And finally, Infamous is now taking out the power in hub as Dino chomps on the RT and elevator. Weld-mannered sitting on 4 extractors still. Someone has been recapping and recapping well. Weld-mannered down to 3 extractors now. A-Light scouting out. I'm sure he has heard Infamous. Infamous. Oh my goodness, almost ambushes A-Light, but A-Light manages to get that crucial shotgun blast off and takes out this Skulk. 3 shells now complete, and this whip, excellent placement in warehouse, guarding the spur and the crag here. And the Fades will move in for the kills, and Pell-Mell will get a surround on this gate. An excellent drifter support here. These Marines will get melted as soon as they walk through the phase gate. Dino now parasiting in logistics, giving advance warning to the Fades. He moves in for the kill on Goss. Gets taken out, however, but ASDF will finish the job. That was some excellent swiping on his part. And Nox moving into elevator to discover infestation as well as a harvester. That's a slap to the face to Weld-mannered. Infamous now finishing the power off in ore processing. These aliens want to prevent these phase gates from going back up, but the power has been built in hub, and we've got Pulse dancing with these Marines. Phase gate in hub has gone up for Weld-mannered, but we've got a Lurk and a Skulk biting the extractor. In logistics, this extractor will go down. Pell-Mell in turn losing the RT in elevator. These Marines are out of position, however, leaving the gate wide open. And Pell-Mell swooping in from the west. Somehow this gate is still up. Weld-mannered has done an excellent job at regrouping and covering this phase gate. ASDF missing a couple swipes on A-Light there. A-Light holding on to his shotgun and his life. And Goss is now blocking the lane from hub into logistics. Marines want to re-establish their control on the bottom side of the map. And these Fades are playing a dangerous game with Weld-mannered engaging out in the open versus these weapons. 3 shotguns, but so far they've been effective in delaying a massive push into Mez, using all the PvE dropped here by Sylvester. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. That's 2 shots. Wiso scooting on by with 4 HP. He gets taken out right on the high ground in mezzanine. I thought he was he had cover there, but apparently not, unless Nox shoots bendy bullets. Anything is possible in NS2, ladies and gentlemen. And both Fades here keeping constant pressure on Weld-mannered's Marines, stripping them of their armor and forcing them to give up their P-res in the form of shotguns. And we now have an Onus on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, Infamous moving in through Mez. A-Light phasing through with a GL, goes down immediately, and Infamous goes straight for the gate here. A-Light lamenting the fact that he bought a GL, and ASDF very low, 35 health. He makes it through to Mez somehow, and he will be able to heal in server. Pell-Mell has assisted all the way into repair and even capped the harvester there, putting them up to 6 harvesters at the 15-second mark versus Weld Manard's 4 extractors. And Pell-Mell now is just looking to get a surround on the gate in hub and crush it, at which point they will control virtually the entire map. Dino going in for the arc in hub, as these Marines are terribly distracted by Infamous's Onos as well as Pul's Fade, Wyso's Lurk, who is now umbering the Onos, and ASDF's Fade. Infamous getting low, forced to retreat to the high ground in Mez, but the Marines have all been cleared, and this gate now gets completely surrounded. And the gate will go down. Just a touch of Infamous BM there. However, ladies and gentlemen, HMGs have been researched. Weapons 3 HMGs are nothing to laugh at. And here we go. MST moves up with his HMG, and these aliens scatter like cockroaches. Both HMGs now moving up through south tunnels into hub, almost melting ASDF as he attempts to get an ambush on one of these Marines. I don't know if he's incredibly brave or incredibly stupid, or perhaps a bit of both, but he will survive that engagement. And just look at these fades dancing around these Marines. This is beautiful fading. Nox almost taking out Infamous in hub. Infamous with 431 health will survive thanks to his teammates. And the Marines are once again cleared from hub, and the arcs go down. King Covert calling GG for game number 2. Pell-Mell in the lead now, 2 points to 0. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, A-Light takes out ASDF's Fade. These Marines are not giving up. They want these life form kills. With only 2 Marines on the field, the number of aliens to Marine, the alien-Marine ratio is incredibly high, 3-1. But A-Light will succumb to Dino's Onos. Teams now deciding on which server to play next. And Pell-Mell takes game number 2 of the series.
Command station taking damage.
Accuracies. I want to see these accuracies, ladies and gentlemen. King Covert in the lead. The hero comm, 34.59% with no kills and only 548 player damage. Good job, King. But I think you could have done better there. I'm just kidding. A-Light in the lead with 27%, followed by Bruno at 23. Goss nearing 22, and MST almost 21. Nox trailing behind at 20. 19.86%. Decent player damages, but the KDRs suffered that game. And here, let's take a look. ASDF in the lead with 58.5%, followed by Pulse. And I'll let you guys look at that for a second. Dino and Infamous nearly tied, 28 and 27,000 structure damage. It looks like they were the primary res biters for Pell-Mell that last game. And they did a very good job of keeping the Marine extractors down. ASDF in the lead with 17 kills, 9 deaths, followed by Wyso at 13 kills. Pulse and Dino tied at 12. And none of this PvE has gone down. No PvE destroyed here. Destroyed PvE now highlighted in red in the post-screen tech log. That is a recent feature, I believe. And look at this RT graph. Both teams nearly tied the entire game. But leaving aliens on 5 res nodes for that long is akin to suicide. And this kill graph, you see a definite reversal at the 10-minute mark. Aliens trailing slightly behind, but then catching up and reversing that trend. And what happened at 10 minutes? I imagine fades were on the field. Metabolize at 6 minutes 55. It looks like the shells were going up, allowing the fades to stay on the field for a longer amount of time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's check the spliffy stream screen. That's what I'm gonna call this. The stream screen. Wow, that is really hard to say. The ladies and gentlemen drinking game. It just rolls off the tongue. And it looks as though we're going to be changing servers for games 3 and 4. I believe we're going to be playing Descent. Let me double check that. I do not want to lie to you, my dear viewers. I have accidentally edited the schedule here. Today is January 24th. Yes, we are going to be spectating a couple of matches on NS2 Descent. Descent! I am a fan of Descent and Biodome, as well as Caged and Mineral. I like all the maps, I guess. I'm weird like that. So I am looking forward to these next 2 matchups. Or matches. Now there was a vote to change the map, but very few players sticking around, so let's see what happened. East server dead, error map. I'm not sure what to tell you. I'm not sure what to tell you, but I have an idea.
أمتي قد لاح فجر فرق بالنصر المبين دولة الإسلام قامت بدماء الصادقين أمتي قد لاح فجر فرق بالنصر المبين دولة الإسلام قامت بدماء الصادقين دولة الإسلام قامت بجهاد المتقين قدموا الأرواح حقا بثبات ويقين دولة الإسلام قامت بجهاد المتقين قدموا الأرواح حقا بثبات ويقين ليقام الدين فيها شرع رب العالمين.
Joke's on you, you are now all on a watch list. Enjoy being spied on by the NSA. MI6, and so on and so forth. And we will be moving to Dallas. Let's have a look in the server browser. It seems as though the server browser is a lot quicker to list servers, but it's a little buggy now when it's loading. Very janky. And I've got another treat for you here.
شبكة الأمجاد الإسلامية تقدم
هبت كالريح كالريح قوية، شبت كالنار وضية. هبت كالريح قوية، شبت كالنار وضية.
سارت بالعزم فتية طارت كالصقر أبية، أهلا قافلتي يا قافلتي المهنية.
هبت كالريح قوية، شبت كالنار وضية. هبت كالريح قوية، شبت كالنار وضية.
سارت بالعزم فتية طارت كالصقر أبية،
أهلا قافلتي
يا قافلتي المهنية. هيا جيل المستقبل نسعى ونجد ونعمل، نرقى دوما للأفضل دون العليا لا نقبل.
هيا جيل المستقبل نسعى ونجد ونعمل، نرقى دوما للأفضل دون العليا لا نقبل. أهلا قافلتي أهلا قافلتي أهلا قافلتي
يا قافلتي المهنية.
كالريح قوية، شبت كالنار وضية. هبت كالريح قوية، شبت كالنار وضية.
سارت بالعزم فتية طارت كالصقر أبية،
أهلا قافلتي
يا قافلتي المهنية. سيروا يا صحبي حتى نتعلم مهنا شتى، نتقن 5 أو 6 ونعول أخا أو أختا، أهلا قافلتي أهلا قافلتي أهلا قافلتي.
كالريح قوية، شبت كالنار وضية. هبت كالريح قوية، شبت كالنار وضية. سارت في العزم فتية طارت كالصقر أبية. أهلا قافلتي
يا قافلتي المهنية. خلوا كسلا أو نوما ما فاز كسول يوما، ودعوا نقدا أو لوما فالله معين قوما.
خلوا كسلا أو نوما ما فاز كسول يوما، ودعوا نقدا أو لوما فالله معين قوما.
أحيوا أمجاد الأمة لما كانت في القمة، وأزيلوا هذه الغمة عنها بعلو الهمة.
أحيوا أمجاد الأمة
لما كانت في القمة،
وأزيلوا هذه الغمة عنها بعلو الهمة. كالريح قوية، شبت كالنار
They just don't make music like that anymore, I tell ya. Shout out to American Killers and TRK is that Trick Reportage. My most recent subscribers, thank you buddies, means a lot to me. I hope you enjoy the stream and stick around. And right now we're just waiting on these teams to find a viable server to play these games on. I have a funny feeling we might land up on the same server for the second set of matches. And forgive me for the technical issues I'm having with this stream. For some reason it's dropping down to 46, 47 FPS once in a while. I don't want to relaunch this stream. Getting a steady 83 frames per second right now in game. It might be the ambient occlusion. Hold on, let's change some video settings here. Let's figure this out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's apply some critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Rock steady 60 frames a second. However, we have changed maps. Ambient occlusion on high now in the ready room, sitting at 115 frames a second. And if I disable ambient occlusion, back up to 144 FPS, although this monitor will cap out at 144 since I'm using G-Sync. That is a large performance hit. That is 30 frames a second just in the ready room. And the stream is at a stable 60 frames a second, ladies and gentlemen! We will soon be going live for game number 3. I am looking forward to this. Descent, famous for base rushes. We've got these vents leading directly into bases. Very dangerous. The last time I played this map as commander during a gather, we had spawned in launch control. This is a little cabooble story for you all. I dropped an armory here that was power built, and then I dropped an obs right over here next to the power and recycled the armory. So I got an obs up for about 12 res, and as soon as that obs was up, we detected an alien just waiting in this vent, so I think that paid off for itself. So the moral of that story, I guess, is rush observatories on this map, especially if you spawn in launch or in monorail. They will be worth the investment, I guarantee it. Else you will have to stay one marine at least staying at base, which is no fun at all. Cripples your res expansion early game, and that can snowball easily in late game into a crushing defeat. Ooh, we've got infestation on the transport ship here. Do these things have a name? Is there an official name for this thing? Because it seems like it's everywhere in NS2. If you've ever played Siege, there's actually a very popular Siege server online. And I forget right now who hosts it, but he does a good job at building maps and getting all the entities up in those maps. That is a lot of fun. I recommend tinkering with the Spark editor. You see what goes on in the map creation process, and it is a lot of work, but it's also very rewarding. Once you see your ideas come to fruition in the form of a playable map, it's a little insane. So let's take a look at the room names. I think I know everything about this map. Crew quarters, security, drafting, silo, depot, satellite relay. This beautiful map, ladies and gentlemen. Just take a look out this window. Now, reflections are off. There's one thing I don't like about this game, and that's the fact that these windows make no sense whatsoever. These reflections. If that could be changed, that would be nice, because let's take a look outside here. Just incredibly beautiful. It looks as though we have sentient life on that planet. You can see all that orange stuff. Let's go full screen here. Let's do this justice. And look at this. Is that debris? Is that debris, or is that ice floating in this ring? It looks like debris. It could just be rocks and ice, though. But yeah, looking at the construction on that planet visible from space, that is absolutely incredible. And this, I believe, is the ready room with the giant claw game. I think I just understood the pun here. The claw. And here you have a Fade playing with his claws. Is he going to control this with his mouth? Maybe play it with his tongue? Let's take a look out here. Absolutely incredible artwork. This is beautiful. And you can see the seam of this skybox almost seamless. It looks as though there's been some work to make it look almost like a nebula or some kind of gaseous, I don't know. But yeah, just beautiful. So many props to the map creators. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's do some player introductions. Once again, in the chair for Pell-Mell, we have Sylvester. Sylvester warming up his overview. This is now his camera. Sylvester in the chair for Pell-Mell. On the field, we've got Wiso. We've got Pulse. We've got ASDF playing as Kevin, hashtag high sense. Dino. And Tinky. Ladies and gentlemen, Tinky has arrived. Commanding for Weld Mannered in the Hive is the one, the only King Covert. And fielding, we have Goss or Gauss. Gauss Waffle. Bruno Sardine playing as BS. MST3KLD, sometimes called Mist Kid. We've got Nox. I believe Nox has just arrived. And the one and only A-Light, the Elo Prince. Cold coffee. The breakfast of champions. So we've got a ping going down in water treatment here. Maybe I should not have revealed that information. If there are any spies in about 3 minutes and 30 seconds, they will know that a ping has gone down in that location. Luckily, the game is going live in 10 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NSL Season 8 Division 1 Pell-Mell versus Weld Mannered. Pell-Mell in the lead 2-0. I hope to glob I got that correct. And here we go. Dino building an armory in base already. Pulse and Wiso going north in order to build and scout energy flow. Tinky and ASDF now building the RT. I know this room name. This room name is called Unknown, and now it's Observation. Another observation room. A-Light getting a beautiful ambush on Wiso. So we've got mines going down. Mines also an excellent call to prevent base rushes. And here we know now the reason that water treatment was pinged earlier. We've got a couple of skulks massing in this region and now going into the vent. Nox has dropped a tunnel on the RT location in fabrication. I don't believe he has heard Pulse. Nox once again completely immobile. I'm not sure if he's getting text messages from a beautiful woman or what, but Pulse will open on this this tunnel. Nox will jump out, get one spit off in Pulse, and then jump back into the tunnel. King Covert is there to reinforce. Pulse takes out King, but he's on 1 HP, and Nox finishes him off. Unfortunately, the Marine was not able to get a med pack in time to save him. He would have been able to kill this tunnel easily. And if you'll notice, the Marines stopped shooting the tunnel when the Skulk came through, and I believe that was the correct call. That was the optimum target in that circumstance, because even had he killed the tunnel, the gorge was still there in order to rebuild it. So what he did was he cleared the Skulk instead, and that Skulk was not then able to go to energy in order to apply pressure to RTs. He was not able to rotate through water treatment in order to go obs or base. So kudos to whoever that was. My short-term memory is extremely poor. Gauss getting a nice kill on ASDF, but Tinky will finish him off. Marines have not capped a drone, but they have made their way into South Corridor shipping area. And once again, Marines in fabrication. YSO taking out MST KLD. And YSO now rotating towards Plaza, it looks like. Now at the 2-minute 45-second mark in Game 3, we've got First Hive evolved to Crag Hive, and 2 shells are up for Weld Manor. Mines are on the field for Pell-Mell, and they have started researching Armor 1. Alien is now taking full advantage of the tunnel in fabrication. Will be applying pressure and energy flow. Weld Manor currently on 3 harvesters versus Pell-Mell's 3 extractors, and Paul's gaining the high ground advantage in energy. Will be able to clear the 2 Skulks here. That was excellent positioning by Pulse. And these Marines will once again venture into fabrication. And begin unloading on the gorge. The tunnel will go down, but Nox is still alive here. He will be able to redrop the tunnel, leaving the rest of the aliens to move into energy flow and begin biting that RT. It was already low. It will go down. No problemo. Gauss taking damage from a mine on his retreat from Silo into energy as YSO reinforces. And Paul's now still in Atrium, looking to snipe this tunnel once again. As A-Light dances with the Marines in energy, but he will go down to Tinky. Tinky now blocking the lane from fabrication into energy. Marines have to keep vigil in the northeast end of the map in order to prevent base rushes from this tunnel in fabrication. And my goodness, MST getting very low. Will duck into the vent while Gauss comes up behind him and finishes off Tinky. Gauss now avoiding damage by taking the vent back into Fab. Will get healed up by Nox, and a Crag has been dropped on this tunnel. Aliens now completing Biomass 2, currently on 3 shells, as well as 3 harvesters. Pell-Mell has upgraded to a 4th extractor with a blueprint dropped in energy. They have completed Weapons 1, putting them up on Armor 1, Weapons 1, with an OBS on the field. A-Light has managed to find his way into observation, will clear the extractor from that room, and retreat as YSO reinforces from spawn. And we've got a ping going down in receiving, and a scan on the Skulks here. Infestation spreading into hydroanalysis as more mines are being dropped, this time in OBS. YSO perhaps hoping to get a lurk kill in the vent here. And Gauss Waffle goes down. My goodness, a lurk has gone down in fabrication to Tinky, and Pulls advancing from energy, looking to get a kill on this tunnel. But I'm sure they will settle for the lurk kill instead. And Nox now forced to retrieve and hide in a corner, but he stands no chance versus these professional grade Marines. ASDF now venturing into Hydra will clear the drifter there before it has time to finish. The harvester, A-Light takes out the extractor in drone, and YSO Parasited now moving in from observation will rebuild that, or possibly go to reinforce gravity. But nope, this extractor will go down. YSO alone dropping a mine very cautiously next to the RT as he builds it in drone, and we've got several skulks now rotating in. A scan goes down right on top of their heads, giving YSO advance warning of their position. YSO leading the skulks to the back of the room, but ultimately succumbing to Bruno. Bruno now biting the extractor once, but realizing it's not built, so Marines are not getting res from it. He will move on into OBS, just as Dino finishes off the harvester in hydroanalysis. And Pulse is now positioned in Plaza, desisting the RT there. We've got Marines on multiple fronts. Bruno, noticing the mine surely in observation, will retreat as YSO reinforces from spawn once again, and MST going down to YSO just inside the vent. Minor differences in ping can lead to very infuriating deaths. Now the harvester in Plaza has been resisted, but Tinky, reinforcing from Fab, might be able to snipe this down, or at least take it low enough so that it dies before the infestation reaches it. Tinky, however, hears Gauss approaching, and Gauss will be able to delay him for a few seconds. Hopefully another skulk will be here soon to reinforce, but Tinky takes out the harvester, pulls Gauss back up north, and survives with 1 health as Dino reinforces from fabrication, and Tinky will take out MST. MST, we'll leave it at that. 3 KLD, there we go. Bruno takes out Tinky, excellent biting, but ultimately goes down to Dino. ASDF and Pulse now around Hydro water treatment area. And Nox scooting on through the vent to drone as YSO moves back towards OBS. Nox scouting out, and I wonder if he will see this vent, or this mine in the vent before it ends him. Oh, YSO taking out MST with a mine. Looks like it was on the RT in drone. Confirmed kill. And Nox will spot the mine in the vent at OBS and parasite it. And my goodness, Bruno now on the field as a fade. The Marines have survived the Skulk attack, but will they survive the Fade attack? Plaza, phase gate being dropped. Will the Marines be able to build it? It looks like Bruno will be forced to retreat, and this phase gate will be built. Phase gate is up in base, and Pulse is waiting to phase through in order to reinforce Plaza. And YSO, covering the south end of the map, will begin desisting OBS, but comes face to face with Bruno. Bruno taking YSO out in just a few swipes. Marines are on Armor 1, Weapons 1, with shotguns researching. Weld Mannered has researched Metabolize as well as Bile Bomb. They're on 3 shells. And they have enough to drop a second hive, but they need to clear a lane in order to do so. Will they be able to get a gorge tunnel up in drone, perhaps? We've got battles on multiple fronts here, mid-map as well as in Plaza. The phase retreating in order to heal. Marines will hold Plaza for now. And the extractor will be built there. Oh my goodness! These skulks coming very close to this mine. YSO clearing. YSO is like an RT champion. That's what he is. He's always there when an extractor is getting bit, and he always saves the day, it seems like. Just racking up those kills. Nox now. Here we go. Here we go. Nox ready to get a sneaky tunnel, and this OBS placement is unfortunate. I do not believe that OBS is anywhere near enough this gorge to detect him. Nox sitting on 9 P-res. He will be able to drop a tunnel. I think he's waiting to be sure that no Marines are able to hear him. Weld Mannered will clear hydroanalysis. The gate is recycled, and drone hive is dropped just as YSO discovers the tunnel right outside his Marine base. However, we've got 3 Marines, ladies and gentlemen, in launch control with shotguns, and they have removed all the shells from the field. Oh my goodness, Bruno extremely low, hiding behind the hive. What a massive blow to Weld mannered, losing all 3 shells. That was an excellent attack on Pell-Mell's part. And an OBS goes up in Plaza. And I believe that OBS is in range of the vent here. I'm not completely sure, however. Did I miss a fade kill? Yes, I did. A-Light was fading. Or did I see? I don't know. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't know anymore. We've got a Marine now in drone. We'll take out the Drifter building the hive. But MSC and A-Light are quick to reinforce. Will they be able to take out Dino? Oh my goodness, 2 skulks getting melted by Dino. But King Covert arriving with his lurk will be able to finish the job and defend the hive, at least for now. But we've got, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a phase gate positioned in shipping. Ultra aggressive phase gates. ASDF now forced to reload, will not be able to finish off A-Light's Skulk. But he will take out A-Light and Nox in that later engagement. But go down to ASDF, and now Tinky behind the hive with a shotgun. King Covert will not be able to stop this Marine from destroying the hive. Wyso defending the south tunnels, or south corridor lane. Aliens completely unable to defend this hive. Oh my goodness! King Covert gets the kill on Tinky. Oh, but he goes down to ASDF. How unfortunate. What a hero lurk. And King Covert BMing ASDF. And another Drifter goes down on the hive. Another blow to Weld Mannered. But we've got, oh my goodness. Bruno getting very low. To Tinky in Plaza. Tinky will take out a Skulk as well. A-Light looking to rotate through Hydro, but gets spotted by Dino on his way. Is A-Light going for base? Oh my goodness, we've got King Covert and Gausswaffle outside base as well, but whoa, King Covert going down to a mine, and this OBS will pick up all this movement. There's also a mine right under this vent. A-Light getting shot in the face by Wyso, dropping to 2 HP. And A-Light will finish off the mine in the vent. Gauss and King calling good game. Whoa! MST getting shot by Wyso. I don't know if he flashed on purpose. Pell-Mell taking game 3 of this series. Bruno going down as well. We've got Marines on the hive here. Pell-Mell taking game number 3 of the series. Welcome back. I missed you those 15 seconds. Let's take a look at these accuracies. Absolutely devastating. Tinky in the lead with 31.63%. My goodness. Wyso in the lead in kills with 16. Once again, 30.08%. Pulls and ASDF almost tied. 26%. Dino at 24. Very good KDRs here. But, my goodness. ASDF reaching 10,000 structure damage. I want to see this res graph. Marines were able to hold on to a lot of res there. And they were leading in kills virtually the entire game. Very intimidating going up against these excellent shots as aliens. Alright, so apparently I did mention the fade kill. All these games, ladies and gentlemen, I've played this game way too long. All the games kind of melt together. Sylvester now in the hive, so my solution to base rush is even less viable, I believe, than mines. Because the obs will detect, you will be able to beacon, but mines will outright kill the skulks before they're able to do anything. That is, if your team actually buys them and places them correctly. Maybe going both is the ultimate solution. Kind of overkill, though. Getting suggestions for first-person spec, and I agree, it is definitely a possibility. The only problem is I have no overview of the map in that case, and it's even easier to miss base rushes and such. Also, the volume is much higher in first-person, so when I do spec first-person, I don't talk at all. We'll see this game. We'll check the flow out. I'll do my best to first-person spec. But I agree that it is very important. It is extremely entertaining as well. I think that ASDF, I think Pulse was fading earlier for Pell-Mell. I'm not sure what Tinky will be going this round. We'll see. I will do my best to first-person spec. Both teams now strategizing. King Covert once again in the chair for Weld Mannered. ASDF readying up for Pell-Mell. It's happening very soon, ladies and gentlemen. We are going live. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NSL Season 8 Division 1. Pell-Mell versus Weld Mannered. This is the fourth and final game. Game number 4. On NS2 Descent, Pell-Mell is in the lead 3-0. And we've got a 4-1 split for Pell-Mell. And a 2-2 split for Weld Mannered. Oh, a 3-2 split, excuse me, that was the commander building an extra IP. In fabrication. I just wanted to fact check there. Bruno and A-Light now moving up very aggressively into fluid transfer. But 2 skulks now on the extractor and energy. A-Light will be able to snipe ASDF off the RT. And finishes off Dino as well. Pell-Mell has sisted east into OBS, and a drifter has just finished building the harvester there. Hive has been upgraded to shift. And marine upgrades are slightly delayed as a second IP was dropped at the beginning of the game. Tinky now getting the ambush off on MST3KLD in Shuttle Bay. Oh my goodness, and why so managing to take out the extractor and energy flow despite 2 Marines reinforcing that position. ASDF setting a trap for Tinky here. King Covert giving chase to Tinky. Gets ambushed by ASDF, and the extractor will go down. In launch, however, Nox has made his way into gravity and will chase the drifter here. And will then desist the harvester. Tinky rushing up the staircase, missing a couple bites, and Nox will be able to take out that skulk as a couple more skulks reinforce from shipping and south corridor. The skulks will clean out the gravity threat and take out the marine reinforcing. A-Light goes down to that group of skulks. Bruno now giving away his position in Hydro. Baiting the skulks to the mid-room here by feigning a retreat to water treatment. Excellent shooting by MST. A Crag has gone up just outside of gravity. And this drifter will continue to scout out the Marine, attempting to draw bullets away from the harvester, but the harvester is now desisted and extremely low health. Will the Crag be in range in time to save it? Oh my goodness. And the harvester will be saved there. That was a very tense moment. 2 lurks on the field now, Wiso and Tinky. And let the first person spec begin. Well, that was uneventful. Now the extractor goes down in monorail as the lurks rotate through drone. Wiso getting his celerity. Will continue to scout out. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tinky getting very low in grav. Will be saved by his compadres. And luckily there's a crag here that might have saved that lurk. Healing 10 health a second. Wyso getting a beautiful ambush off on Nox. As Dino clears Alite from Hydro, looks like Alite was able to kill another Skulk though. Marine's now struggling with res nodes, currently on 3 extractors versus Pell-Mell's 3 harvesters. Pell-Mell is on 3 spurs, Biomass 2 is being researched, and the Marine team on Armor 1, Weapons 1, with Armor 2 on the way, and Shotguns just completing at the 5-minute 50-second mark. Tinky and Wyso sticking together. Best friends for life. My goodness. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Why so heavily chipped, spiking at Gauss from Energy Flow. But Sardine will be reinforcing with a shotgun. Almost taking out the lurk there. Oh, excellent shot by Alite. The Marines look as though they're trying to hold on to both sides of the map right now. We've got Bruno and MST walking into Monorail, but Weld Manard has just left their base open for a rush here, and where's the OBS? King Cover now jumping out of the chair, realizing the huge mistake he's just made. 2 Skulks and the Lurk now on the Arms Lab. Arms Lab going down as King Covert responds, and this might be the end of Weld Manard in game number 4. Bruno and MST now reinforcing from the east, moving in from Energy Flow. Will be able to save these IPs incredibly. The Arms Lab has been destroyed, but it will be redropped immediately. And Bruno forces Wyso's retreat from Energy Flow. The Shotgunners went immediately for their natural res towers in order to save them. Pell-Mell responding by biting down the power in Hydro. They're going to try to prevent phase gates mid-map. And the Lurks, Tinky just guarding these 2 Skulks as they finish the power there. Alite and MST now moving into Grav from Shuttle. And Fades are now on the field. Marines forced to retreat as both Lurks spiking heavily. Trying to bait these Fades in for the kill. MST and Alite get taken out by Pell-Mell on the low ground in Gravity there. Ducking into the corridor there was definitely a good play. PvE getting echoed into OBS. It sounds like a Crag was just echoed in. ASDF now forced to retreat to the Hive in order to heal, as well as Pulse. Both Marines now taking the time to weld each other as they know another engagement is just about to happen, and they need to be prepared. Falling back now towards Depot. Excellent damage on those life forms. The Marines will survive that engagement. and weld each other. Meanwhile, MST and A-Light back in gravity as the Lurks rotate through Club. Looks like they might be going base once again. And they will hear a Marine reinforcing from energy flow, take him out immediately, and begin chomping on the IP. And finally a beacon is called. I'm not sure what the holdup was. Phase gates have not been researched, so Weld Manor was not building a phase gate anywhere. And that's what I don't like about first-person specking. I lose all perspective of the map. Paul's getting very low in Plaza to Bruno and Gauss. Tinky hiding out in the vent just in time. Will make another appearance, however, trying to draw fire away from this fade. Wow, that is how it is done. Sardine and Goss now moving through Shuttle Bay into gravity once again. Fade's taking a lot of damage here. Will retreat. ASDF with just above 100 health. Will make his way into Hydro Analysis. Now we've got some PvE dropped here. We've got a Shade, a Crag, and a Whip guarding the entrance into Hydro. But MST and Nox have made their way into OBS and are now destroying the Harvester there. Tinky nopes out. He is not engaging a rifle and a shotgun today alone. The Hive has just been dropped in Hydro now. Gauss and Sardine will be beaconed. Whoa! Tinky goes down on his retreat. I think that was just off my screen. My apologies. The AA has begun at exactly 15 minutes into game number 4. As Pell-Mell builds this hive in Hydro, Marines will be completely unable to stop that. The Obs will go down in fabrication. And why so? Losing his lurk. I caught that one, ladies and gentlemen. Pell-Mell currently on 2 harvesters. Weld Manor has been doing an extremely good job of building their RTs and keeping the aliens ones down. Paul's nearly dying in Plaza to 2 shotgunners. Will retreat to Hydro in order to heal. MST and A-Late now moving into OBS. Will continue applying pressure to the alien naturals. And it seems as though having no phase gates has paid off for the Marine team. Ooh. Paul's getting heavily chipped in OBS. Weld Manor once again rebuilding the RT in gravity. Paul's having some trouble landing his swipes on these 2 Marines. Whoa, and we've got an Onos on the field, ladies and gentlemen. That is a scary sight. And those 2 Marines will be cleared out of OBS. And the Crag is still up there. I don't think there was a Harvester there to begin with. I'm not sure. If there was, kudos on Weld Manor for taking it out. But it looks as though the Harvesters are being built in Hydro and being shipped out via air. Express post shift delivery. Same day delivery. Infestation now spreading from Hydro into the Marine Naturals. Pell-Mell now up to 3 Harvesters, with 1 more being built in Hydro. Weld Manor now down to 3 Extractors. And it looks as though these 2 shotgunners are going to continue chasing this Onos into drone. The Onos is now cowering behind this hive. Bone Wall going up on the Onos. And he is able to jump into the hive just in time to save his life. This Ono is still taking a lot of damage behind the hive here. But the 3-man push ultimately goes down, leaving the gate open just for a second. Gauss reinforcing. Weld Manor will be able to save that gate, and we've got a rotation from Pell-Mell. ASDF gets spotted by the OBS in fabrication. Will retreat for now. Pulls escapes a shotgun and a rifle. In shipping, will make it back to the hive safely as Wiso bites down the RT and energy flow. Both teams now trying to hold on to their res count. We've got fabrication harvester as well as energy extractor going down. Tit for tat. And another marine incursion into drone bay. Boom shakalaka. I don't know why NBA Jam 2K just came to mind, but it did. That was a thing. Whoa! Why is so getting terribly low? 12 HP. Will be able to retreat. And here we go. The Onos holding the tight corridor, trying to prevent this this marine movement into South Corridor. Taunting as he goes. The Marines have backed away for now. And the Fates have taken out a Marine who was going to rebuild the extractor in Plaza. Pell-Mell still on 3 harvesters, now up to 4 versus Weld Manor's 2 extractors. And I don't know if they want to be pushing this Onos with these 3 Marines. They could get crushed very easily and lose all their weapons. Here we go. ASDF scouting out from behind. Bruno phasing in with an HMG. Nox almost blowing himself up with his grenade launcher, but taking out the Skulk. Wiso swooping in for the kill. Beautiful lurking there. Sardine will force him back with his HMG momentarily. And now we've got numbers for a push. Ladies and gentlemen, Weld Manor 4 pushing the Hive and Drone. Nox trailing behind, making this a 5 push into Drone. ASDF right behind them, sneaking in. What a beautiful kill on Gauss. Dino moving in, takes out the GLer. And the reinforcing Marines going down one by one. Ladies and gentlemen, counter push by Pell-Mell on the IPs. King Covert spawning in, phases out just for a sec, just in time to get killed by an Onos in gravity. How unfortunate. Marines unable to save that gate, and they have just lost all their map control. And they are sitting on extremely low P-res. A-Light rushing out to Plaza solo. Not sure what he's trying to accomplish. Pulse now ground fading versus Sardine. And looks like all Marines are grouping up here. You might try to get a pick on one of these life forms. Just let them into the the Marine start and blast them. Whoa! Wiso still sitting at decent HP. It was a good trap though. I'll give it to Weld Manor for that. Ooh, ASDF almost getting taken out there. And this entire map is slowly turning green. Pell-Mell now on 5 harvesters. Weld Manor contained to their base. How long can they last? Weapons 3 started now. Whoa, Dino. Taking a lot of damage from King Covert there. He's forced out. He will heal up. That fading. So getting low, forced to retreat, but the Onos is in the base. King Covert now, or Nox, sorry, beaconing in order to have these Marines spawn. But Pell-Mell is in it for the win. One IP goes down, and the second will soon follow. MST and Gauss calling GG. Pell-Mell 4-0s well-mannered in this series. Accuracies. Alite and Gauss nearly tied, along with Sardine and King Covert. 20%. MST and Nox trailing behind at 18.14 and 16.16%. And ASDF in the lead with 60.54, closely followed by Dino at 59.84. Shout out to my nephew Christopher, who's rolling his toy truck around. So if it sounds like my house is being demolished, you'll know why. Pul's in the lead with 25 kills and 4 deaths. Excellent aliening by Pul's. ASDF also an extremely quick fade. It was fun to spectate him that last round. Dino in the lead with 48,000 structure damage, followed by Tinky at 40 grand and Wiso at 30. That is a lot of structure damage for a match of that length. And look at this RT graph. I think Weld Mannered was doing better without phase gates. But once the Onos are on the field, you need that mobility. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the disparity in kills. And if you'll look at approximately the 7-minute mark, you can see that sharp rise. That happens again at around 21 minutes and 23 minutes. And just at the end, those are large engagements, coordinated attacks on Marines. Good teamwork there by Pell-Mell. A couple of gaffes committed by Marines, leaving the base open a couple of times, allowing the alien team in to destroy the arms lab. I think they lost an IP as well. That's not showing on the tech tree. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Season 8, Division 1. Pell-Mell versus Weld Mannered. Pell-Mell will take the series 4-0. And we've got a link in the comments section here for testing HitReg, available on the Unknown Worlds forums.